Hello friends, welcome to DelSoka. My name is Frank, and this is News Daily, where I serve you with all the major trending news in the last 2 hours. In today's edition, we're going to talk about Mohammed Kudus, who has scored a goal for West Ham United. He has reacted to the goal and has said some few things about that particular game. We're also going to talk about the Black Queens, who currently is positioning fourth on the African continent. We're going to look into details of that, and also there's a Black Stars legend who believes that Ghana can go into the African Cup of Nations and surprise the world and Africa as a whole. Is it possible? We'll look into that and discuss other conversations here on this particular platform. As usual, if it's your first time, please hit on the subscription button and let's build this community together. But without wasting much time, let's get straight into today's news. Let's start from Mohammed Kudus. So Kudus played over I think yesterday in the Europa League for West Ham United. West Ham needed to beat Freiburg to be able to qualify straight into the next stage of the Europa League. If they top their group, that will mean that they will skip another playoff, which they're going to play against the teams that will drop from the Champions League into the Europa League. But once they manage to win at home, that huge victory is obviously going to help them. So Kudus managed to score a goal that describes him now, that, and I've always said it, that Kudus' style and his strength is his ability to make decisions on the move, and he explains the goal. And according to Kudus, he says that when he had the ball, he wanted to hit it once, and then he later realized that the goalkeeper had moved and he needed to take his time. So we're going to listen to Mohammed Kudus and what he said after scoring that particular goal.
Quite strong, but did you always feel in control of that game?
We knew they were coming strong, but we also were prepared. So the pressing from the game, from the start, the energy and everything was good. So good, we got some good goals in the early game. So yeah, we just focus on the next game.
Was that a nice little dummy in there? Was that an intentional little dummy?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to take it for the first time, but I saw the ball was going away, so I had to wait a bit for it and then go for it again. So yeah, good from Eddie also,
Mo, do you feel fully settled now?
Still settling, but with the help of the team, the staff, everyone around, help both of us to settle quite well. So big ups to the whole team, yeah.
Right, so that's Mohammed Kudus right there. He explained his goal and what it means for him to score. At this point, Kudus has been a great player for West Ham, scored over 7 goals in all competitions, and anytime he starts, he managed to score a goal. Averagely, anytime he starts, he scores. He has started for almost 11 games so far, and almost all the time he managed to score. At this point, Kudus has scored 3 goals in the English Premier League, but has scored more goals in international games, which is either the Europa League or other cup games that West Ham United has been involved in. At this point, when he joined the club, a lot of fans were eager for him to start, and I said it on this platform that West Ham head coach David Moyes and the technical team knows best, and they know how they can manage Mohammed Kudus. Because at that point, remember, I told you that the English Premier League is a very tough league for any player. If you just join the team and you don't sink into the league very well, you end up struggling. And we all thank God and we praise God that Kudus is gradually settling well, and we hope that. And then after the game, he gave his shirt to one young West Ham United fan who I've seen him on countless times on social media describing Mohammed Kudus as a very great footballer. Kudus, after the game, dashed his shirt to the young West Ham United fan, and gradually, Kudus is becoming a household name in West Ham, and we love it. As a Ghanaian, we love it, and you would always wish that our players would play consistently on this level, because the African Cup of Nations is coming, and it's coming so fast. Talking about the African Cup of Nations, Black Stars legend Sami Osei, who had played for Bayern Munich and has once played for Ghana at the African Cup of Nations, and was also part of the Black Stars Management Committee, has said that he believes that the Black Stars can go into the African Cup of Nations and surprise the world. All that he's trying to say is that realistically, there's no way that someone will take the Black Stars to go and win the African Cup of Nations, which is fair. Because at this point, we are not even ranked. We are not going to this competition favorite because based on our ranking, we are not well positioned. We are not in the top 5. That means we are not favorites of the African Cup of Nations. Tunisia, based on African ranking, is more closer to winning the title than the Black Stars. But Sami Kufuor believes that the Black Stars can surprise the world and go into the African Cup of Nations and excel. He did granted an interview with Kesben FM in Kumasi, and he said, I will not be surprised if they play in the semi-finals. But even if we exist in the quarterfinals, I will not be surprised. And with that, we can plan for the next AFCON. He said, Ghana can pull a surprise because we get to the tournament. That's where you see Ghanaian players performing, he said. It's true, like sometimes players show up in tournaments and excel. Remember 2019 when we went to the African Cup of Nations in Angola? Nobody thought that Ghana were going to perform because at that time we were transitioning from the big players. The head coach basically went with nobody. We went there, went all the way to the finals. Also, under Van Grant, it was the same. After 2014 World Cup, bad. 15 went to the AFCON and then all the way to the final. So we've come closer in moments where the Black Stars are not performing well. Mind you, I'm not saying it's going chart I'm not saying that chart not to it, no. I'm just trying to say that there's been times where we went into the African Cup of Nations with little expectations and we went ahead to surprise everybody. So he's a legend. He's a legend. So he has to speak positive. He has to let everybody know that things can be well. But realistically, it's going to be tough. Let me know what you think. This thing, I want to know your opinion. Do you think the Black Stars team can go into the AFCON and surprise everybody? Because see, based on squad by squad, like player by player, we get Timo, Kudus, Usman Bukari. See, Kudus has scored. Usman Bukari has scored. Even recently in just the Europa League that was played, Kudus scored, Usman Bukari scored, Usman Bukari assisted, Pencil scored. You see, so like we get them players that can show up and do things. But bro, these people, we wear them the Black Stars in our then Adabraka. So Sami Kufuor thinks that the Black Stars can surprise Africa. Can we? Because we are paired against Egypt. Can we beat Egypt? Can we beat the Moroccos? Can we beat even the Ivory Coast? Can we beat Nigeria there? Wherever we get in, we'll score them. So let me know what you think. However, the African Cup of Nations will start on January 13th and end on February 11th. The Black Queens of Ghana currently has been moved a bit up. So first, now let's move to the Black Queens and talk about the Black Queens. So Ghana has currently moved from 6th place to 4th so far as the world ranking is concerned in Africa. The FIFA world ranking for women football has come out, and Ghana, fortunately, under their new head coach, has moved on a bit higher than our usual position. And it's simply because Ghana has been very consistent so far as football is concerned in the women football. Ghana, fortunately, qualified for the African Cup of Nations for the first time over 5 years. And that was a brilliant, because the last time we qualified was as far back 2018 when we played at home. And even that one, we didn't qualify out of our group. So Nora has done a great job with her team, and now Ghana has moved on a bit higher. So the top 10 in Africa is Nigeria, South Africa, Morocco, and Ghana. The fifth is Cameroon, and then sixth is Zambia. That's the fortunate news now. Ghana used to be 6th place, but now, by God's grace, we are now 4th. That means we are getting closer to the favorite. I've always argued that when it comes to women football, there's no way that we should fall below the 4th team, because women football on the African continent is not as developed as you think. And also, Ghana, when we started playing women football in Ghana, a lot of the African countries didn't even know how to put a starting 11 together in women football. And for me, it's a bit disrespectful when Ghana don't get a place top there in women football. So I'm happy that we are gradually coming to where we belong to. You know what I mean? That's the fortunate part, and we wish them the best of luck. But unfortunately, in the world, we've dropped 2 places in the world. That is the unfortunate part. But I think it's fair because we've not really played a lot of international games. Like most of the times, you get these rankings from the performance in the World Cup, and the last World Cup, Ghana basically didn't even qualify. So fortunately, this time around we have moved ahead a bit, and that's good. And the other news about the Black Queens is, remember that there was reports that their winning bonuses and their qualification bonus has not been paid. The Deputy Sports Minister has explained the reason why. He said that it's simply because the technical team or the Black Stars, the managers of the Black Queens, haven't presented the qualification reports yet. So when they present the reports, and then they will look into it and give them a qualification bonus. Fingers crossed. It's our prayer and our hope that it will be celebrated as much as we celebrate the Black Stars, so that they will get, it means a lot because they are doing very well and they need all the support that we can give them. In today's edition, we talked about Mohammed Kudus, we talked about the Black Queens, talked about Sami Kufuor and the Black Stars' possible position, and also we wrapped up with the Black Queens and their position on the African continent. As usual, my name is Delali Frank. Until we meet again, bye bye for now.